Assalamu alaikum students and good morning to all of you. Hope all of you are doing great and welcome to the class again. Here I am your science teacher and my name is Nida Sahar. So kids, we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter 3, How Animals Live. The main points which we are going to discuss in today's lecture are: what is animal habitat? Groups of animals according to where they live, in which we are going to discuss terrestrial animals, amphibians, aquatic animals, arboreal animals, and aerial animals. So let's get started. So kids, first I am going to talk about animal habitat. As you all know that the type of environment in which animals normally live is called habitat. What is habitat? The type of environment in which animals normally live is called habitat. Kids, as you all know that all living things need food, water, air, warmth, a place to live and protection from their enemies. They adapt themselves to their surroundings. This adaptation is important for living things to survive. Without properly adapting themselves to their surroundings, they cannot get the things necessary for life. So, animals, plants, and all living things are adapted to life in their natural surroundings. For example, a tiger cannot live in a desert, while a camel can. The camel can survive in a place where there is little water. It has a hump on its back in which it stores water and food. In this way, it can stay without food and water for several days. A tiger does not have these properties and cannot live in a desert. So these different environments in which the animal lives are called habitats. Animals live everywhere on the earth. They live deep inside the oceans where it is totally dark, and also in high mountains which are always covered with snow. They live in forests, they live in grasslands, deserts. So animals living in different places are different from each other. Animals can be divided into 5 groups according to where they live. Animals can be divided into 5 groups according to their habitats. Number 1, terrestrial animals. Number 2, aquatic animals. Number 3, amphibians. Number 4, arboreal animals. Number 5, aerial animals. Let's discuss them one by one. So students, first I am going to discuss terrestrial animals. What are terrestrial animals? Animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. Land may include desert, forest, grasslands, polar regions. Most of them have legs to move. Majority of the terrestrial animals have legs to move around. They have thick skin to avoid water loss. For example, animals living in deserts have thick skin which protects them from the sun, and it also prevents water loss from their bodies. Animals living in cold areas have fur on their body. Animals living in colder regions have fur on their bodies to protect them from cold. Some have sharp teeth and claws to catch their prey. Some of the terrestrial animals have sharp teeth with pointed canines and claws to catch their prey. They have well developed sense organ which helps them to look for food in the dark night. So these are the characteristics of terrestrial animals, and the examples of terrestrial animals may include tiger, bear, camel, elephant, and many other animals. Here are the examples of terrestrial animals: tigers, camel, elephant. These are the terrestrial animals which live on land. Kids, do you know that snakes are the terrestrial animals that do not have legs? Then how do they move? They have scales on their body which help them to crawl. Here comes the second kind of animals on the basis of their habitat: amphibians. What are amphibians? Animals which live both on land and in water are called amphibians. Amphibians are those animals which live both on land and in water. They have legs which enable them to move on land and swim in water. These animals have legs which help them to move on land and swim in water. They breathe through their skin when they are in water. The exchange of gases takes place by their skin when they are in water, and when they are on land they breathe through their lungs. When they are in water they breathe through their skin, they do not use their lungs, and when they are on land they breathe through their lungs. Examples of amphibians are turtle, frog, salamanders, newts, toads, and many others. So here are the examples of some amphibians, which include turtle, salamanders, and frog. These are the animals which live both on land and in water. So now I am going to discuss the third category of animals on the basis of their habitat, that is aquatic animals. What are aquatic animals? As their name indicates, animals that live in water are called aquatic animals. Animals that live in water are called aquatic animals. They have fins and special legs which help them to swim in water. Most aquatic plants have fins or paddles that help them to swim in water. They breathe air dissolved in water through gills. Most aquatic animals breathe through gills except whale and dolphins, which breathe through their lungs. So what are gills? A gill is a respiratory organ found in aquatic animals that extracts dissolved oxygen from water and excretes carbon dioxide. Gills are specialized structures found in aquatic animals that absorbs carbon dioxide from the water and release carbon dioxide from their body. Examples of aquatic plants include fish, crabs, turtles, shrimps, octopus, and many others. And here you can see the examples of aquatic animals, which include fish, octopus, and crab. Aquatic animals are the animals which live in water. Now, the fourth kind of animal on the basis of their habitat is arboreal animals. What are arboreal animals? Animals that live on land but spend most of their time on trees are called arboreal animals. Arboreal animals are those animals that live on land but they spend most of their time on trees. They have claws and strong arms and legs which help them to climb trees. Arboreal animals are very well adapted to staying or hanging on to trees. Many of them have little bodies and clawed or sticky feet. The arboreal animals have elongated limbs that help them to cross gaps and reach their food resources and also support. The claws allow animals to climb tree trunks. Examples of these animals include monkeys, squirrels, garden lizards, and many others. Here are some arboreal animals. This is squirrel, sloth, monkeys. Arboreal animals are those animals which live on land but they spend most of their time on trees. Now, the last kind of animals on the basis of their habitat is aerial animals. What are aerial animals? Aerial animals are those animals that spend most of their time in air. Animals which spend most of their time in air are called aerial animals. They have wings to fly. Aerial animals are characterized by being able to fly using their wings. These wings are covered with feathers in the case of birds, or are made up of silky membranes in the case of insects. They have light bodies covered with feathers. Their bones are hollow and light. Hollow means empty from inside. Their bones are hollow and light. That's why these animals can fly. Examples of such animals include sparrow, pigeon, bats, crow, and many other animals. Here are some aerial animals: parrot, bat, pigeons. Aerial animals are those animals that spend most of their time in the air. Okay kids, now you are going to read the chapter thoroughly from page 15 till page 19, and you have to underline the main points. And I'm sure after watching this video and reading the chapter thoroughly, you would be able to tell what are terrestrial, aquatic, arboreal, amphibians, and aerial animals. Can you give two examples of each kind? I'm sure you can. And can you tell any two characteristics of each kind? So kids, that is all for today's lecture. In the next class, I am going to discuss the remaining part of the chapter, that is different kinds of animals on the basis of their eating habits. So kids, that is all for today's lecture. I am going to see you in the next class. Till then, stay home, stay safe and study hard. Take care and Allah Hafiz. And keep smiling.